On October 8, 2025, Jonathan Rinderknecht, a 29-year-old with ties to Southern California and France, was arrested in Florida, accused of starting the devastating Palisades Fire. The charges were severe. Federal prosecutors claimed he intentionally set the blaze that scarred the Pacific Palisades Hills, shocking a community still recovering from the disaster. Rinderknecht was denied bail and faced extradition to California as the legal system moved swiftly to address the high-profile case. The fire had erupted just after midnight on New Year's Day, along a popular hiking trail, turning celebration into chaos and raising immediate suspicions of arson. For months, investigators from multiple agencies searched for answers, and Rinderknecht's arrest finally put a face to the crime. Yet, as the legal proceedings began in Florida, Los Angeles residents were left with more questions than answers about the man accused of bringing fire to their hillsides. Who was Jonathan Rinderknecht, and what could have driven him to such an act? To understand Rinderknecht, you have to look at a life split between continents. The son of missionaries, his mother from Florida, his father from France, he grew up moving between the US and Europe, never fully settled in one place. Friends and a family pastor described him as a typical teenager, passionate about soccer and his favorite team, Olympique de Marseille. He identified strongly with his French roots, even as he lived in places like Hollywood and Pacific Palisades. Those who knew him in France recall nothing unusual, just a young man navigating adolescence. The contrast between his ordinary upbringing and the serious charges now facing him has left many baffled. Authorities have not revealed a motive, and his divided loyalties and identities only deepen the mystery. Now the quiet son of missionaries stands accused in a federal case that has captured international attention. Rinderknecht's life in Los Angeles was a puzzle of contradictions. In Hollywood, he was a quiet Uber driver, blending into the city's background. Neighbors described him as shy and introverted, but a former landlord in the valley painted a darker picture. She alleged he was disrespectful, cruel to his girlfriend, and left her property damaged. In Pacific Palisades, a former roommate was shocked by the allegations, insisting Rinderknecht loved the local trails and couldn't imagine him committing arson. Though he admitted Rinderknecht could be stubborn and bratty. These conflicting accounts make it hard to pin down who he really was. A reserved loner, a volatile tenant, or a friendly neighbor with a temper. What's clear is that his time in Los Angeles was marked by instability and fleeting connections. After the fire, and a search of his apartment, Rinderknecht left California for Florida, leaving behind a trail of questions. The man at the center of the case remains an enigma. Prosecutors have yet to reveal a motive, but digital evidence is at the heart of their case. Investigators say Rinderknecht repeatedly listened to a melancholic French rap song and downloaded an AI-generated image of a burning city. Details they argue hint at a troubled mindset and possible premeditation. While not direct proof, these digital breadcrumbs help prosecutors build a narrative of intent. Rinderknecht's past also includes legal disputes. He was involved in a lawsuit after a car crash while working for DoorDash, and he later sued a neighbor for abuse and drug use, though that case was dismissed when he failed to appear in court. These incidents suggest a pattern of conflict and unresolved disputes. The digital evidence in his history of legal battles will likely play a central role as the case unfolds. Prosecutors are piecing together a mosaic of circumstantial evidence to present to the court. The question remains, do these clues add up to guilt, or just a troubled life? With Rinderknecht in federal custody, the legal process is moving quickly. He awaits extradition to Los Angeles, where a preliminary hearing is set for October 17, 2025. Prosecutors will present evidence, digital records, witness testimony, and forensic findings to show probable cause. The defense will challenge the case, setting the stage for a legal battle that could last months. If the judge finds enough evidence, the case will proceed to trial, and Rinderknecht will enter a plea. The outcome will determine the fate of a man whose life has spanned continents and contradictions. As the community watches, the search for answers and justice continues.